What's up, guys? JMS80 with Frag the Nation, bringing you a little bit of headquarters here on Crisis. This is a pretty good game I had the other night. Put up a pretty good score, and a little spoiler, needless to say, we shut out the opposing team. Is it because we were just that good, or they were just that terrible, or maybe they just really didn't care? Because most people that play headquarters these days, they're just trying to go in there for the kills, and they're not really for the objective. But not me, though. When I play objective type based games, I usually tend to play for the objective. You know, domination, capture the flags, capture the flag, and defend it. Headquarters, I usually take a very defensive approach. I will usually never go straight for the headquarters unless I know my teammates have secured that position, and I know that we have kept the enemy back in their certain spawn area. But most likely I will make my way around the perimeter and just pretty much just wait for it to come online, and then kind of sneak my way in there once everybody is good and dead. But anyway, yeah, so my last commentary, well, my very first commentary to go up on this channel was very, very sketchy. Very sketchy indeed, but it was my very first time. I learned a couple of things from it. You know, but I noticed, and a couple other people noticed that I had watched it. They, you know, said that I was kind of loosening up there in the end, which I agree with. I was, which is a very good thing for me. So at least I'm making some headway, and you know, these future commentaries should be pretty good. And this commentary will be another big test for me because it's a longer video than, you know, than the one I posted up before. The other one was a little 6-minute video, and here's a whopping 12 minutes of headquarters. So hopefully I will have some decent things to talk about. Other things that I touched on in my last commentary, at the very end of it, I was touching on, you know, a few of the issues that Black Ops has been having over the past, you know, week or so. I mean, it's a new game, it's going to have its problems, it's going to have its quirks, but they are pretty big quirks, at least the biggest quirks I've ever seen in a Call of Duty game, at least right off the bat. You know, as for spawn systems and whatnot. So, but anyway, the new patch just came out, and I got on there, played a few matches. Really didn't notice anything at first, but I get here and there I did notice, you know, that the people weren't spawning behind you as often. They still did it every now and again. I still noticed it. I don't know about anybody else, but I still notice that every now and again you'll get somebody that's just creeps in there and they're able to sit in your spawn for a while, and that still kind of irks me. But you know what? Maybe they'll you know, this, I hear word that there's going to be another patch coming out soon, so hopefully that will oh, excuse me, just had some candy a little bit ago. But anyway, hopefully that will take care of some of the quirks, you know, that still exist somewhat. And some other things I wanted to talk about. I also touched on that. Well, actually, no, I didn't touch on this. Actually, I wanted to talk about what type of Call of Duty Black Ops is, and what kind of gameplay it really promotes. And I don't know if anybody else agrees with me on this, but I really think that that Black Ops, it's really promoting camping a lot. I've got to tell you, this is the most camping I've ever seen. You know, I know there was quite a bit of camping back in Modern Warfare 2, and people camped a lot, but the thing is, where there was a great way to defend against that in this, you know, in Black Ops. You know, you had some campers, there were certain perks and weapons you can use, and, you know, pretty much 9 times out of 10 the better player would win. You know, unless that occasion was there was a camper and he was sitting up in a little room looking down on everybody with one-man army and noob tubes with Danger Close Pro on and just completely raining down terror. And even then, it was still impossible, because, I mean, by that point, people had figured out how to get around it and avoid it, you know. But, and in this one, I really do think that Treyarch has really just, I don't know, they have really just tenured to those campers, and it just really pisses me off. You know, things like, oh, God, you know, with the kill streaks, for one. They thought they were going to, you know, delve away from campers with the kill streaks, as, you know, they couldn't build on each other anymore. Than they thinking, oh man, you know, kill streaks, they can't build anymore, so this is going to lead to people, you know, not camping, because they know they can't just camp and build their kill streaks on each other. But what I think it actually does, it really promotes it, because now they're sitting there thinking, oh man, well I really don't want to go out and and ruin my kill streak, so that way I can't get my dogs or my chopper gunner or whatever. So it really promotes it more. And other things like like motion sensor and camera, I know they're neat little ideas, but it really, I mean, honestly, a person who is running and gunning and rushing around, they're not going to utilize that motion sensor. They're not going to utilize, the camera. It's a camper mentality. And I know some people that use, and I can see where the motion sensor and stuff can come into play tactically, on certain objective-based games, but I've come into places like on Team Deathmatch where there's a guy up in a little room by himself, and I whip around the corner and he already knows I'm there, and he's just dialed in on that little corner just waiting for me to zip around, and then I do, and I get completely pwned on because he has his little motion sensor up, and there is no defense against the motion sensor. There is no way to counter it. If you get caught by a motion sensor and he knows you're there, if you're in that vicinity, then there's nothing around, there's no way around it. He knows where you're at. And I think that's just, I mean, and I know it covers a very small distance, but still, a lot of people take advantage of that and use it really to camp out a certain little area. And it really just, it irks me so bad. It pisses me off so much when I get killed by somebody using a motion sensor. Camera, I really don't have too much of a big issue with. I really like the camera and things like search and destroy, like the objective-based games. Throw down that camera, watch the bomb side or watch a certain corner or something like that. That's cool. I guess that's great in the aspect, but it gets abused way too much. Camera is not as bad. Like I said, it's not really. I mean, not many people pay attention to that little camera screen up in the corner right there, as opposed to the motion sensor, when they can easily just look up at their mini-map and then, bam, it's right there. But then again, I mean, everybody has their different opinion about it. I mean, a lot of people praise it and some people hate it. I mean, but all in the end, these are things that are not going to go away. It's just some things we're going to have to deal with. But I just think that Treyarch, they really did kind of turn this into a big giant camping fest, and I know it's going to get a little bit better now, especially since the whole footsteps thing got taken care of, because I was getting I was still rocking Ninja just because I didn't like the sound of my own footsteps, but that's great though, because I have a pair of Turtle Beaches and I love sound whoring just as much as the next guy, and that's great, but I don't use it in a negative effect that, I'm going to sit in a room with the Claymore set up, or I'm going to sit in a room with, my motion detector set up and wait for people to run around the corner, or I can hear them and wait for them to run around the corner. No, I mean, of course, like I've explained before, I have my different play styles. I have my defensive play styles, and I'll have my rushing play styles. There'll be days I want to, be really cautious and build up kill streaks at a bunch of kills, and some days I just want to rush around and try to get as many kills as I can and die quite a few times in the process. And sometimes I'll have good games when I'm rushing around, just one of those days when I'm on, or one of those games where I'm really on, on target. And like I stressed in my last video, I am not the best player by far. Am I better than the average player? I believe so. I've had my bad games and I've had my really good games. Like this game right here, this game at Headquarters, I have a really good game this match. I was, kill-wise, I was on task very well, and it so happened I got, put up with a pretty decent team, and we were so happened to be playing against, I couldn't really tell, I wasn't paying attention half the time, against, I don't know if they were terrible players so much as if they were really bad players. I mean, I don't know. They probably were, but I managed to put up a really good KD in this game. The team did really well. We pitched a shutout, so that was great. But anyway, getting a little off topic here. I do believe that this is not the best modern. I'm about to say Modern Warfare. This is not the best Call of Duty game yet. It has the potential to be if certain things can be fixed and corked. Like I mentioned in a commentary before. I do watch other directors from Machinima and stuff like that. I like I was watching Wings of Redemption, and one of the things that he said in one of his commentaries, I agree with that. That I do think that the kill streak building should be brought back. I think in an aspect that it does speed up the game a lot, and it gives more to the game, because now some of these games, they are taking forever, and taking way longer than they should. And I believe that is hindering this game. I believe that if they fix the small little quirks, bring back the kill streak building. I mean, kill streak building it was in COD 4, it was with World at War, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, kill streak building was in all of them, but I guess I see what they were trying to do, but it didn't work out that way. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know what it would take to possibly do that. I don't know, but hopefully they would do something like that, along with fixing all these small little quirks and everything that's wrong with the game right now. I do believe once all the small issues are fixed, it's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be outstanding. And quite possibly, I probably could say it is one of the best Call of Duty games out there. But until that happens, and the thing is, Modern Warfare 2 came so close to being, I mean, in my eyes, it was still it was a really damn good game. Just a few issues, with the Noob 2 being in the one-man army and, all that bullshit, and, but it really does. This Black Ops, it has a really good shot at it. It would be outstanding, though, if they could, they will fix the small issues, I believe, but even bigger things, like maybe even bring back kill streak building. But anyway, I better wrap this up. I only got like a couple of seconds left here. But anyway, it's been fun, guys, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.